A story is told about a young boy, very mischievous, disobedient, and he would always, always get into trouble. So, on this cold winter afternoon, while everyone was indoors, including his parents, they were sitting down in the living room. Some of them, other family members, they were warming themselves at the fireplace. They had just finished lunch and they were just taking rest. They were just having a family time. And this little kid, he wanted to explore and see what the world looked like, what his little town looked like when it snowed very heavily. And that afternoon, there were reports, weather reports, warning people to stay indoors because the snowfall was going to be really heavy. Now, this challenged this young kid. So, while everyone was busy relaxing, whatever they were doing inside their home, he slipped out from one of the back doors and he could see that it's snowing. He was really happy. He's going to explore. He wants to see what it is like when it's snowing. He jumped over the gate unnoticed and then he started walking. He was walking, he was jogging, he was jumping, he was so happy. And then he forgot how far he had gone away from his home. And now things looked different. He didn't see the street signs. He didn't know how far he was from home. He looked around, everything was filled with snow. And he was a little kid. And he found himself, every step he took, it was becoming difficult because his feet were getting into the snow and he couldn't he couldn't walk properly. Now this brave little kid began to get frightened. And with the snowfall, even the street lights, they were looking really dim. And he tried walking towards one street. He didn't know where the street started or where it ended. And then he found himself that he was in unknown places. He went to the other route. He found himself again in a dead end. He got frightened. The brave little kid was now frightened because he had lost his way home. And he started to cry. Now he realized that he had made a big mistake. He had no phone, he had no way to connect with someone. So he walked around and he looked, and most of the homes, they were really dark. People were indoors. He saw one home with the porch lights on, so he thought maybe he would get some help there. And then he jumped over the gate. He went and pressed the doorbell. He could hear it ring, but no one opened the door. He knocked at the door. He could feel he could sense that someone is there, but no one opened the door for him. And then he turned to look at the street and he saw this police patrol car with the red and the blue lights just, blazing. And he said, well, if the policeman catches him in someone else's porch, he may get into trouble. So he just ran out, waving his hands. And the policeman stopped and he said, sir, I'm lost. He said, what are you doing here? This part of the day, this time of the day when it's snowing, what are you doing out here? Let me get you back into your house. He said, no, sir, this is not my house. He said, then where is your house? Do you know the street name and the address? the boy looked at him and he said, "No, sir, I don't know that." He says, "What's your dad's name?" He gave his father's name. He said, "What's your name?" He gave his name. And he said, "Do you know the telephone number of your dad?" He said, "No, sir, I don't know this." The policeman looked at him and almost thought to himself, why on earth does this kid on a day like this get away from his home and he has nothing to get him back home? And he said, try to remember your dad's telephone number, your home number, telephone number, any cross street. He said, I don't know. And he had his head down. The policeman looked frustrated. And then he said, let's get some help. So he called on his wireless and he said, "Hey, I've got a little kid. This kid doesn't know his home address. He doesn't know his parents' phone number. He doesn't even know the cross street." He says, "What shall I do?" And all of a sudden, this young kid, he was looking around. He was wringing his hands and possibly realizing what a mess I got myself into. And all of a sudden, while the policeman was talking to his partner over the phone, this little kid, he started tugging at the policeman's uniform. And the policeman looked down and he said, "Boy, this guy has a smile on his face. Did he remember his dad's phone number, or did he remember the cross street?" And then he just sort of, policeman said, wait a minute. He told his partner. He said, "This kid seems to be smiling. Maybe he's smiling that he's lost." Then the kid said, "Sir, I think I could get my way back home." So, "What do you mean? You don't know your street name?" And then he was smiling. So this policeman thought, maybe this guy's up to some mischief. And he said, "Sir, I think I know my way home." So, "How do you know your way home?" He said, "Sir, look at that cross. Look at that cross. It's on the steeple of a church, brightly lit." And he said, "Yes, I patrol this neighborhood. I know that cross." He said, No, sir. You see that cross over there, right on top of that church?" He said, "Yes." He said, "Sir, if you take me to that cross, I'll find my way home. If you take me to that cross, I'll find my way home." My friends, this is a story with a lot of meaning. This is a story that would help us, even as I do the Bible study series on Take Me to the Cross. Many of us are lost. Many of us have gone far away from home. Many of us have gone far away from the Lord. Once we would go to church, now we have gone astray. Once we would pray, we could consider that to be a waste of time. But we are lost. Through our Bible study, in the next few weeks, we're going to see how we can get back home to that old rugged cross, as the hymn says, on which the Prince of Glory died. It's an old rugged cross. And my friends, today, even today, that cross whispers my name. Because at that cross, there's no rich, there's no poor, there's no black, there's no white, there's no beggar, there's no billionaire. The ground at that cross is even, because we all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Let's look forward to this series, because I'm excited about it. I have a testimony, and I'm sure there are many testimonies, many stories, and many references in the Bible that would take us back to that cross on which the Prince of Glory died. So let's prepare ourselves, and like this little kid, "Sir, take me to that cross and I'll find my way home." God bless you, and I look forward to sharing the series on the cross.